Hey, what's up? Steve Harvey from Palm Beach Dyno here. Hey, what's up? Steve Harvey from Palm Beach Dyno here. Just kidding. I'm at the airport. Face coverings are required, so why not have some fun with it? The TSA guys were rolling. I'm on my way to Lebanon Ford in Ohio to pick up our new development vehicle. What's it gonna be? Spoiler alert, big displacement, forward power. All right, I just arrived at Lebanon Ford and the new vehicle is right behind you guys. I like it even better in person. It's a pretty unique setup, so let's take a look. There you go. New 7.3 liter Super Duty F250 single cab, baby. I already ordered some wheels for this thing. We're gonna get it looking good. Eventually, we're gonna do a cam in it, intake, NA, develop tuning for them stock, and then when all that's done, it's gonna get a Whipple supercharger on it. It is the base model. There's you know, not much going on inside. I'll show you when I get the keys. It's open actually. Here you go. Base. The idea here was to buy the cheapest 7.3 I could find for development reasons, but I did want a 4x4. I did want a single cab. Obviously it's not very convenient, it's cheaper, and I don't know, it's gonna look cool. It already looks cool, I think. The wheels are awful. We ordered some wheels for that, they're on their way. I gotta head inside and do all the paperwork. I just literally pulled up, but then as soon as I get in the truck, we'll go over it a little closer. That's how it sounds, bone stock. You can hear the beast within as soon as we get rid of all that bullshit under there. Little water. All right, we're over here. What is it, Jilton? Jilton. Yeah. This is Milton. He's replaced Josh over here at Lebanon Ford, and Tim. Tim sold me the truck. Gonna give us a quick tour over here. They're in the middle of some construction outside. You can see out there.
Ryan, one of our top-notch builders, been here the whole time. He's actually the heart of Lebanon Ford.
Nice.
And then we got the liver over here.
All right. This is where all the building goes down for all the Lebanon Ford cars. We do all the tuning, not all the tuning, but any of the aftermarket tuning for them. It looks like they're just getting started on these.
Here's Ken.
What's up? Hey, this is Brandon. I'm videoing this, so you're on YouTube now.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. What are you guys doing to these two?
This is a Ford Performance on RTR kits we put on it.
Okay, cool.
This car just went for service.
Very cool.
I think we got a couple blowers next week.
Yep.
Two blowers next week.
What are those? Whipples, Roushes?
Yeah, it's a mixture. We'll have Whipple stage 1s and 2s come out, and then we have the Roush phase 1s and 2s.
Very cool.
This car here is an RTR Series 1, so non-supercharged. The customer would have option to go ahead and buy a supercharger for this, but as it hits the lot, it's going to come out with the suspension, wheel and tires, graphics package, and LTR body kit.
Very cool. Very cool. And then Christino's one of our customers. He got his car here, didn't he?
Yeah, Christina got his car here, and he also does our body work. So he's helping with our 10-year anniversary car.
Oh, okay.
We're building a wide body for RTR.
Cool. I just sent Chris a new tune. He's going tonight down to Clay City. They're open back up if the weather holds up.
Yeah.
And he's going for mid-8s or low 8s or something like that.
Yeah, his
so.
silver twin turbo.
Yeah, the fully built setup. So very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Back here, Lebanon's gotten so big, they're having, looks like it's about double in the space. So this is how much, what is this going to be, another 16 lifts?
Another 16 lifts.
16 lifts back here. Very cool.
Size from what we have already.
All right, what's the deal on this one? Wow, that's pretty cool.
So, wide body, supercharged, I mean, fully customized.
Which supercharger's on this one?
This one's the
This is
the
a Roush
phase 2.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Cervani's hood, RTR, wide body kit, 12-inch wide tires in the back, 11.5 in the front.
12. What's the back? 12 and a half?
12, yeah.
12.
And this is a 401A. It's got the digital dash, 10-speed automatic. We did the Euro tail lights, the Liberty Walk roof spoiler.
This sold?
Yeah, this is a customer's car.
Very cool. Is this something that they just buy from you and then you do everything after the fact?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
this was just a black 401A stock Performance Pack 1 car. And then Tim and Josh worked with the customer to pick out all the accessories for the hood, which Tino did the work on the body kit. And then we did the Cervantes front end. So,
Damn, very clean.
4-lead attack exhaust with active valve.
Yeah, I like the silver bolts too. Kind of sets it off a little bit.
Yeah, full forged wheels. And then the interior of the engine bay, the Roush covers have been painted to color match the wheels, tires.
What hood is that? Cervantes, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Looks cool.
So this one's customer's build. We're going to start on this one this week. This is another Roush Phase 2 car. And the customer's doing all suspension. We're doing a blowfish, X-Specs shifter on it, and exhaust. That one will be shipped.
What kind of percentage you guys ship versus local people? Or not ship, but sell out of state. They may come pick it up, but
So it's probably right now still about half and half.
Yeah.
I mean, we get a lot of Northern Ohio, a lot of
New York,
even
Pennsylvania.
Cincinnati, Dayton.
yeah, I mean, we hear from people all over the country that have the best car and they're ready to upgrade it, so then we kind of take over the tuning
Yeah,
from
like
there.
in the Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, we're still getting that market right now. New York, Pennsylvania is a big one. Illinois, Indiana. So we're definitely carrying a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, anytime anybody ever mentions like a Ford modified vehicle, even though other dealers do it, they always just mention you guys. You guys are like the standard in this, so very cool.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, well, thanks for showing me around, guys. Appreciate it.
thanks.
All right, got some good visiting time in with my family in Cincinnati, and I'm on my way home. I'm about 6 or 7 hours into the trip. I've got another 9 or 10 to go somewhere in North Georgia. I actually just passed the dealership where I bought the GT500, so going out of state all the time to buy vehicles, we need some local Ford dealers to step it up, give us some better deals. Anyway, I don't think I talked too much about why I bought the truck or any of that, so let's talk about what the plan is with the truck. When the 7.3 came out, it got my attention. Big displacement Ford, we don't have that, so I knew for sure people would want to do things to these trucks, but beyond that, I think it's going to be a popular swap platform. Big cubic inch, you can throw a big cam in it. It's perfect for the hot rod crowd for sure. If I have an old hot rod that I'm building and I want a Ford engine in it, you know, I mean, that remains to be seen until we do more with this, but this is probably going to be the go-to in my opinion, based on the sizing and the size of the engine as far as cubic inch, and that it should fit in a lot of things, and the sound that you're going to be able to get out of it without the need of any kind of, you know, cam idle tune and stuff like that. But just as this truck alone, when I get back home, which will be at the end of this video, I'll do some draggy times so we can kind of baseline what this thing is capable of. 100% bone stock with these tires and everything on it, with a draggy. I'll do 0 to 60 for sure, and if I can find room, which there's not a lot of room around me to do that, we'll do like a 1/4 mile pull. And then, you know, we're gonna get right to modding this thing. As far as performance wise, the first thing we'll do is a tune, of course. I've also got some wheels and tires on the way. We'll tint the windows, we'll do some running boards, a couple little things to make it look better. Performance wise will be the tune. Most likely the next thing after that will be the exhaust. You know, this thing obviously isn't very loud at all, but you can get a rough idea how good it's going to sound, you know, when you listen to it start up in cold start mode, and it should have a real deep, nice sound. So the first actual parts beyond the tune, performance-wise, will be exhaust. And then after that, it kind of depends the order that I'm going to do things, so I'm not even going to pretend that I'm following any specific path. But in the end, it will wind up with a Whipple supercharger, a camshaft, probably long tubes, the full exhaust, and I'll run it mostly on 93, but I'll probably do an E85 setup in this so we can really go after it at the track. As far as, this particular model and what's done to it, well, let's talk about gas mileage real quick. Let's see, I reset this thing on the way home. We're averaging 13.3 miles. I have been going very fast, probably around 80 or more the whole time. So, and I reset that on the highway. So that's 13 on the highway. I actually went and grabbed the window sticker, just curious to see what it was rated at. And guess what? They don't have to tell you on this vehicle, so they don't. It says not required by law. So I'm sure it says it online. Maybe Ford gives you an idea, but we're looking at about 13 miles per gallon at 80 plus. If you keep it down around 70, probably 14. There's an economy mode in this, but I doubt that really matters much on steady state on the highway. That's more shift points and throttle sensitivity and stuff like that, which really doesn't apply on the highway unless you're in a lot of traffic, of course. All right, I've got the truck back home. I've been driving it for about a week, been real busy. I didn't have a whole lot of time to do any video, but what I did do was a 0 to 60 test stock. So let's watch that first. All right, 7.3 seconds, 0 to 60 stock. That's pretty good. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is we've already had this thing on the dyno. You may have seen it on our Facebook. If not, stay tuned to the end of this. I'll show you the tunes 0 to 60 and also the dyno graph. We'll go over that in just a minute. But one thing that we haven't mentioned, but you may have noticed in that video, is how many times it shifted. This setup is the 10R140. It's a new transmission for the Super Duty. It's basically a much heavier duty version of the 10R80 that you guys are so used to hearing in all of our Mustang videos. This has a 10-speed version of it, and their gear ratios are very similar. This thing also has a 355 rear end with the locking diff. Actually, let's go ahead and look it over. It's raining out, but it's a truck, so that's okay. So anyway, like I've said earlier, this thing is 100% as basic as it gets, with just a few added things. Like I said, some time has lapsed since I brought it home, and we already have the bed liner. It's the Line X. Line X of Palm Beach did this for us. Great job. Very happy with that. We're going to be getting it in the tint at Tint King here real soon. One thing, let's go ahead and look at the inside real quick. All right, one thing is that is an option, which I don't even have a use for yet, but it has these nice switches. But otherwise, it's really basic. I mean, it even has roll-up windows. I didn't even consider that, honestly, when I bought it, but I didn't really care. 7.3, 10-speed. I can add anything I want if I keep the truck. Manual locks. Doesn't even have cruise control. But really, I like it. Based on all that, I still like this setup. Let's go ahead and look under the hood real quick. I'll give you guys a quick look how much room there is. I've mentioned earlier, the long-term plan for this thing is probably going to be, not probably, it is, a Whipple supercharger. We're just waiting on that. So Dustin Whipple, get that together. Look at how much room is in this thing. It's crazy. Like I said, with this application or this setup or this truck or whatever you want to call it, I am going to go with the Whipple supercharger. But there seems to be a lot of room over here if you wanted to do a real big single turbo or maybe twin turbo. You could probably put both turbos on that side if you wanted to, one over there. That's why I bought this setup. It's something new, something to get excited about, and something for the truck crowd. Big displacement. I guess the next thing we're going to do right off the bat is modify this exhaust to make it sound a little bit better. So what I'm going to do right now is start it up for you guys. I don't have somebody here. I'm by myself, so there is no remote start, so we can't even do a cold start, even though it's not cold anyway. but I will walk you back there to hear this thing idle bone stock. Got a real low idle on it in the 600s. I'm sure once we uncap this exhaust, it's going to sound awesome. So, okay, what I've got up behind me is the baseline dyno graph. We didn't really videotape any dyno pulls. This was not intended to be the video, and I'm going to redo all this. But I just wanted to show you guys really fast. Rob and the guys were on me to get it on the dyno just to see what it would do, and then we decided to throw a quick tune in it. Anyway, stock, it put down 335 and 368. 5500 rev limiter after 3 or 4 pulls and upping the rev limiter just a little bit. We got it up to 363 and 410 torque. One thing I noticed is it really starts to come alive around 32 or 3300, and I've noticed this out on the street doing the 0 to 60 test. So we're going to spend some more time on the dyno to see if we can do that and clean up anything else. We've got a ton of tuning to do on the transmission. This 10-speed is badass, but once we added this power, there's some fine-tuning that needs to get done. But anyway, it's very promising. I'm very excited about this project. Hopefully you guys are too. What I'm going to show you guys right now is the 0 to 60 with this tune on it. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, tell us what you'd like to see us do with this truck. We are going to be doing a cam, intake, and a Whipple, but what do you use this truck for? Obviously, we'll be doing some drag racing with it. Not a very common thing, but we'll use that to gauge the performance. But we can do any kind of towing tests, maybe even some, I'm not really sure, tug of war or anything. Put it in the comments, let us know what you want to see, and we'll see you on the next one.